right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back for week 14 of the NFL season with Hit the Books podcast. We're happy to bring you week 14, as well as some other things that we're looking to talk about this week. Let's send it over to Mackie. What's going on, Mackie?
What's going on, guys? Excited to be back for another week. Talking more football, talking a little NHL, and maybe some college football. Heading over to Huff.
Yeah, what's going on, everyone? Coming off a shitty weekend for me personally, but on the bright side, we did get the rankings for the college football playoffs coming up. New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, I believe. We got Alabama, Cincinnati. Cincinnati finally gets in 13-0. They're gonna get their taste of the college football playoff. They're gonna have a rude awakening playing Alabama. They definitely got their work cut out for them in that semifinal game. And then the other semifinal game, we got Michigan, who I predicted to choke many times throughout the season and not make it to this point. They're going up against my Georgia Bulldogs. I'm going to be taking my Georgia Bulldogs in that game. If Michigan's going to choke at any point, I could see it being right now and give us an Alabama-Georgia national championship. But I think it's a little too easy to just say that. But whenever we get the spreads and stuff like that, I know the spreads are out, but it's way too far down the road to be talking who we like in those games and stuff like that. But right off the bat, I'm definitely predicting an Alabama-Georgia national championship. And in that situation, as a Georgia fan, I don't know if I'll be betting against Alabama in the national championship.
I don't know if I would bet against Alabama on losing that game, but that spread could definitely be something that I could think about because I think a lot of people are going to underestimate Cincinnati, and they're going to come out and actually put up a fight at least.
Cincinnati's a 13.5 point spread.
Yeah, there it is. I definitely think they can cover 13.5 points.
See, I think it's gonna be. I think 52-3. I'd be surprised if Cincinnati scores.
Come on, they haven't. What have they proved all season?
Dude, they play in a shit division.
Okay, they
They want to
just
go
blew
play
out
someone in the
Houston too.
SEC. They want to go play someone in the SEC, like out, and let alone they're not even getting Auburn or Ole Miss. They're getting Alabama, the top dog.
Yeah, well, I also don't think Alabama is as good as they are every other year. I don't think Bryce Young's very good.
In that kind of system, you don't even need the quarterback could be so average. The fact that
Yeah, I
he's going
mean,
to win
yeah,
the
I guess you're
Heisman,
right, but
the quarterback you could plug anyone in a quarterback at that school, and they're gonna get 10 wins.
that's why it's so rare for Alabama quarterbacks to excel in the NFL because they're not tested in college.
And they're just so overhyped because their teams are so good in college. And it's like, okay, when you get to the NFL, the teams that are picking Alabama quarterbacks usually are in the top 15. With the Patriots in the rare instance last year, I think they were 14. I mean, that goes with what I said, but they're usually a team that's on a rebuild and they're hoping this guy can come in and turn the franchise around. And I mean, it's usually someone that's had a 5-star recruit on his left for receiver, a 5-star recruit as his second receiver, hell, their second string receiver is a 5-star recruit. Like, you get to the NFL, yeah, everyone's in the NFL. They're all good ball players, but when you're
All
going
the
up
defensive
against
players are good ball players too. Exactly.
exactly the game's a hell of a lot faster, and I don't care what anyone says. Like I'm sitting over here, I'm boosting the SEC, boosting the SEC. I mean, it's definitely the best division in college football, no, or conference in college football, no doubt. But I mean, it's a different game in the NFL. Like you said, like a lot of these quarterbacks, they're just not tested throughout their college career because their team is just so good around them. Their defense lets up fucking 7 points against whoever. Like, you know what I mean? On average Saturday afternoon, Alabama's lighting up maybe 7 points.
Yeah,
Like, what's his name? Bryce Young. Is that his name? The Alabama
yeah,
quarterback. I don't
Bryce
even know his
Young.
name because he's not that good. Um, yeah, I just think that. I mean, he's going to get the Heisman. I wanted Pickett all year, but I thought he balled out. The two shitty losses are what's going to hurt him.
He made it close.
Dude, it's just even in games Pitt lost. He scored 41 against Western Michigan and they lost, and then against I think Miami it was like 20. It wasn't anything crazy, but 41
Yeah,
points in a loss.
but playing for Pitt, having two losses, and going against Alabama quarterback, you're
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna win it.
you're not getting it.
Love the college football talk, boys. Let's segue into the NFL week 14 on Thursday. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Minnesota Vikings. We have the Vikings favored at -3, the money line at -172, and the over-under at 43.5. The total has gone under in 4 out of the last 5 games between these clubs. And Pittsburgh is 4-1 straight up in its last 5 against Minnesota.
I love the Vikings at home here. The Vikings are a lot better team at home than they are on the road, and I don't know. Steelers, even after a win last week, they still don't impress me.
Titans. Vikings banged up team right now. Dalvin Cook's questionable for this game. I forget what kind of injury he has. I think it was his ankle or something. So that's definitely you don't want to see for a number one running back. Thielen's doubtful for this game. I think he has COVID. I could be wrong, but they're missing their top two. I mean, not top two. Two of their top three players. Jefferson's obviously in that top three. Um, but Steelers, they're still kind of banged up. Joe Hayden's still questionable coming in this game, but everyone else is basically a second string. And I just think those are two big question marks for the Vikings, and I think that's why this line is already shifting in that favor. I woke up this morning, it was 3.5, and now I'm seeing +3. So, kind of wish I would have got Steelers at 3.5, but I don't know. Steelers have been good as underdogs, especially on prime time. I'll take the +3.
I'm also feeling the +3 there. I think it'd be a push, if anything, just taking that field goal, but possible. I don't know. They might win outright. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be they win by 3 or they lose by 3, in my opinion. Alrighty, next we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs favored it at -8.5. The money line at -420, and the over/under at 47.5. Kansas City is 5-0 straight up in its last 5, and 7-1 straight up in its last 8 at home against Vegas. Vegas 8-3 straight up in its last 11 on the road.
Yeah, Vegas had that big win against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Kind of got their ass kicked. What was that, last week or 2 weeks ago when they played the Bengals? Was that this Sunday? No, the Chargers played
No,
the
they
Bengals.
lost to Washington last week.
Yeah, Washington. I don't know. Washington, they're just winning games right now. They ran into a hot team. I don't know. 8.5's a big spread for this game. Chiefs are home. We've been kind of dogging the Chiefs all year. They're definitely back. So I don't know. 8.5's tough, but divisional game, I really don't know here. Tough over under 47.5. That's right where this thing should be sitting at. So I don't know. I'd like the Chiefs if this was a little lower of a spread, but I don't know. I can't. It's tough to say with 8.5.
I mean, Raiders are 1-4 in their last 5. They're not really playing their best football right now. I just don't like betting on the Chiefs with the points because they never cover. They're just known for not covering.
I had them. I had the fucking Broncos Sunday. They covered that.
Yeah, so did I. Of course, the one time I bet against them.
I knew as soon as it was halftime, I said this. There's no way this covers. I knew by halftime I lost. Denver looked so bad, dude. The whole game. It was as soon as like I said, halftime. I was like, okay, I'm not even watching this. Like I don't even need to watch this. I know what the result's going to be. The Chiefs are going to win. They're going to cover. And I even got the line shift. I had him at 10. Live line right before kickoff was 8.5. I definitely like that
Still
trend
couldn't cover.
Yeah, going away from my favor, they still couldn't cover. I think they lost. What was it, 22-9?
I don't know. They couldn't get in the fucking end zone.
Yeah, the announcers are riding Javonte Williams' dick the whole fucking broadcast. How about you get in the end zone?
Unreal.
Yeah, they're like, oh, and Javonte Williams has been one of the hottest backs in the NFL. He hasn't done shit today. I think he had like 30 rushing yards. What do you mean he's one of the hottest backs in the NFL? You ever heard of Jonathan Taylor?
That guy's unreal. His
Yeah,
anytime touchdown score.
I had him last week. I just keep throwing him in a parlay. It hits every week.
It's 10 straight weeks.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I've probably done the last 6.
It's unreal.
I was doing him early on in the year too. Whenever he was plus money, that was free.
Yeah, well, you hopped on it early.
Yeah, I was on him. He was my fantasy running back last year, so I kind of like have like a little bit of an attachment to him. I like him, and he's a Wisconsin guy.
Yeah, I didn't really like him until this year. I got him on my fantasy team, and he's
You
unreal.
see what he's doing for you, now you love him.
Yeah, he's putting up numbers.
Yeah, he's definitely like I saw a couple weeks ago remember when Cooper Kupp was having like all those crazy games with the Rams when the Rams were on that streak, and he
Well,
was
he
like,
still is having crazy games.
no, I
Every
know, but
single game, crazy.
I'm saying like when the Rams were riding that hot streak, and it wasn't just him.
Yeah,
He was the clear favorite for that AP Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year award. You know
yeah,
what I'm talking about? The one that McCaffrey was the favorite for, just because we said it was McCaffrey at the beginning of the year, but obviously
yeah.
he's hurt. So now I looked at it recently, and it's literally like a tight race between Yeah, the AP Player of the Year award. Jonathan Taylor's now the favorite, plus 175. Cooper Kupp 200. Devontae Adams 2,000 in third place.
Wow.
It's just
So it's
between
just
those
two of them.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, Cooper Kupp was definitely in the clear. He was the clear front runner for that. I think before Jonathan Taylor had that 5 touchdown game, and then he just absolutely jumped his way right in there.
I think right now Jonathan Taylor deserves it a little more.
Yeah, I agree.
Alrighty, in our third 1 o'clock game on the slate, we have the New Orleans Saints at the New York Jets. We got the Saints favored at -5.5, the money line at -230, and the over/under at 43.5. The Saints are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 on the road against the Jets, and 16-5 straight up in their last 21 on the road. And the over has hit in 4 out of the last 5 games at home for the Jets.
Saints have been bad, dude. I don't think Simeon has a win. They're 0-5 in their last 5.
Has Kamara played in the last 4 weeks?
I mean, he played last week.
Yeah, he did. You're right.
They're not playing football at all. They're not scoring the ball. Put up 6 points against the Bills, only 17 against the Cowboys. I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely look bad of late, and I think that's as like we said, we're not big Taysom Hill fans. So that being said, I don't know if I love Jets +5 here.
I don't want to bet the Jets. I remember the Jets. They remind me why I should never bet on them.
You were riding the Jets early in the year.
Yeah, and I lost every single time. They never failed to amaze me.
Yeah, I'd probably lean towards Jets with the points, and I don't know. I don't. That over under's tough. Those low over unders make me think the game's just going to be like 10-3, and Vegas knows that. But I don't know. I'd probably take the Jets with the points, and I don't see either of these offenses scoring. So give me the under.
I'm thinking the same thing there, Huff. Right on the money.
I don't know. I just in a game like this where both teams are so bad, I just feel more comfortable giving the points than taking them.
Yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, with that being said, let's move forward to the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. Got the Titans favored at -8.5, the money line at -450, and the over/under at 43.5. The total has gone under in 5 out of Jacksonville's last 5 games, as well as under in 5 out of Jacksonville's last 6 games on the road. Tennessee 5-0 straight up in its last 5 games at home against Jacksonville.
I mean, Tennessee coming off a bye, they've got to come out hot. They just have coming off an awful game against the Patriots. Jacksonville's 0-5 on the road. Everything's looking at Tennessee covering this game. 9.5 points. It is a divisional matchup, but you got to bring that into play.
I was gonna say I like the Titans with the points here. I mean I agree with you. I don't think it's gonna be an easy one. They could win
Jags
this
aren't
one.
going to put up more than 10 points.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I think it could be close, maybe till halftime if the Titans take a minute or two to get rolling coming off the bye week. You know, everyone's not, as you say, like it takes that week off. It takes a minute to get back on pace, but if say the Titans start this game slow and somehow the Jaguars get like a 7-3 lead, I wouldn't be too worried. I'd maybe at that point probably lot bet whatever the Titans spread is if they go down at any point in this game, because I think they cover that, let alone whatever a live spread is if they're losing.
Yeah, I agree there. I'm probably going to take Titans with the points. I think they're going to show up and take care of the Jaguars this week.
Watch
As
Jags
for
will win outright.
plus
Yeah.
350. Oof.
Jags are gonna win outright because all three of us just fucking picked Titans.
Yeah, right. As for that over/under 43.5,
I'll take the over.
kind of want to. I want to say the over. I think it's
That
going
was
to
a
be right
total.
over.
That was a total
I'm
coin flip.
going to take the under.
I think Jags
Divisional
score 10
matchup.
to 13. Tennessee just rolls maybe.
30-10. 30-7 final score.
Yeah, I'm hoping like get up there a little more, but I'm not gonna bet it, so I really don't care that much. Next one, AFC North, Baltimore Ravens. Fuck the Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Plus, Browns are coming into this game -2.5. minus 144 on the money line. Ravens underdogs after getting their fucking the stupidest play call. Absolutely stupidest play call. You tie that game, you go to overtime. As a Steeler fan, I'm watching the game. As a Steeler fan, I know as soon as that game goes to overtime, the Ravens get the ball, they go right down the field and score. Not field goal. They win it. They score. They would have scored a touchdown. I mean, it's easier said now, but I truly thought the Steelers were going to lose that game. And whenever I was right before they line up to go for two, I'm sitting here with my dad. I go, watch, they're going to go for two. He goes, how'd you know that? I'm like, are you serious? They're fucking going for two?
I
I
knew
look
there.
at this.
Yeah, I knew that.
I look at the computer screen. Or I look at the fucking TV. They're going for two. I'm like, well, you have the best kicker. Your offense hasn't been clicking all night. And then after, I didn't know this until after the game. Marlon Humphrey's out for the year. So that Harbaugh said his whole decision on why they went for two there was because Marlon Humphrey was out of the game.
I thought they're going to go for two the entire time. It's Lamar Jackson. Go for everything every single time. That was a game-winning play. He's obviously going to go for it 10 out of 10 times. Which obviously fucked this with your spread. He definitely would have went down the field and scored a touchdown and won by 6. But went through,
Yeah, there's no way.
screwed
They're
your
put it this
spread.
way. Yeah, you had him too.
Did I have him?
Yeah.
Screwed my spread.
I got some trends for this one. Ravens 9-3 against the spread in their last 12 divisional games. Browns 2-10 against the spread in their last 12 divisional games.
Tough one last week.
I got Browns minus 2.5. I think, or what is it?
Yes, 2.5.
2.5. I think they win by at least 10 or more. Their last game they played was against the Ravens and they lost 16-10. They're at home now. They're gonna come out and they're gonna win this game.
Ravens are so injured now. Like I said, they're out. They don't have their best player for the year, in my opinion. Marlon Humphrey is their best player. I don't care what anyone says about Lamar Jackson. That dude's a beast on the defensive side of the ball. I'd take him over a lot of people in the NFL right now. That being said, the Ravens aren't going to be able to stop much, and me being able to say that, I just don't have too much confidence in saying they're not going to be able to stop Baker Mayfield. But I don't know. I kind of like the over in this game. I don't know who I like with the points here. Probably like Mackie said, I like Cleveland. Just kind of get things back on track. Kind of divisional game, win this game by a field goal. But I don't know. I'd probably stay closer to this. Get closer to Sunday on what I like here.
Can't disagree there. All right, let's move forward. Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. Panthers favored at minus 2.5. Money line minus 136. And the over-under at 43.5. The total has gone under in 5 out of Atlanta's last 6 games. Under in 7 out of Carolina's last 8 games at home against Atlanta. And under in 5 out of Carolina's last 6 games against Atlanta. So lots of unders here.
Don't bet this game.
I'm not betting this game.
Yeah,
I don't even know who I like. It's a coin flip. I'm literally going to flip a quarter and just take their money line.
I like Falcons with points just because they're getting points. I think they win this game, honestly.
I'll take Panthers money line for sake of conversation.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna take
like Matt Ryan right now. I think he's handling better football. I think against a crippling Panthers team, I think he can get this win.
Yeah, Falcons, I mean, they're just fucking – I can't bet on them. And we burned bridges with the Panthers early on in the year, so fuck both of these teams.
It's definitely not the game to bet on this week, like you said, Huff. Not the game. Alrighty, next, I'm pretty excited about this one. Dallas Cowboys at the Washington football team. Cowboys coming in at -4, money line -194, and the over/under at 47.5. Dallas 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 on the road. The total's gone over in 9 out of Washington's last 11 games against Dallas. I think I like Dallas with points here. What do you guys think?
I cannot stress how important this game is for the division. If they win this game, they're 3 games up in the division with 4 games left. They're in good position. If they lose this game, they're 1 game up. So this is a lot at risk here for that division.
So does that mean you're just going with Cowboys money line?
It means that, yeah, of course I'm going to ride with my boys. I think
Yeah, I don't like the 4. Washington's hot.
I think they snapped their streak right here. I think they shut them down. I think
I could definitely see that. I can't bet against a hot team.
it's just that defense has been playing really well.
hmm Despite all the injuries too, they're just balling right now. Heineke looks
Dallas,
good. The whole offense.
Dallas has number one offense in the league. I don't know. Maybe a little parlay boost. I think Dallas definitely wins this game. I hope they roll through them. I think they could cover that spread. Could be a good one.
I could see Washington going for 2 on the goal line and missing it like the fucking Steelers did, or the Ravens did.
Washington, they would never trust Taylor Heineke to go for two in a lose situation.
Fuck it. At
I don't
that
care how
point,
many
just be like,
games in a
dude,
row
just
he's won.
fucking do whatever you. I'd be like, do whatever you want. We're watching it.
I don't know how team name.
We don't even have a name. Just run it. Like Bill Belichick last night. Fucking 38 times, whatever it was, 40 sometimes. Just run it.
Dude, he literally ran the ball. He threw the ball 3 times the entire game, and they
That's
won.
not.
And
That's
they
not
won.
good for. It's not good for someone that bet the over like me, but I had Patriots at the points, get the money back. I went a little heavier on Patriots at the points.
See,
Last night I really liked that play.
here's the problem is that we make picks on Wednesday and all the shit cut on Sunday, and we have no idea that's going to happen on a Wednesday. So we get fucked with some of our plays, like over where 50-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah. Live over under going into the game 31.5. 10 points
Yeah,
under.
unreal. So you get screwed. You get screwed like situations
Like sometimes the line shifts in your favor, like that Broncos one did, but 9 times out of 10 you get fucked.
yeah, not definitely never position in your favor.
Already in the last 1 o'clock game on the slate, Seattle Seahawks at the Houston Texans. Seahawks favored it at -7.5. The money line at -355, and the over/under at 41.5. The total has gone under in 5 out of Seattle's last 6 games on the road. Under in Seattle in 5 out of Seattle's last 6 games. And Houston is 2-5 against the spread in their last 7.
He's in money line. My old pick of the day.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know if I like Seahawks with the points here. I was leaning more towards Texans with the points. I don't think the Texans
I
win this
love
game.
Texans
Though.
plus 7.5. I actually think this is a very close game. I don't think Texans win this game. They at the end of the game to score a touchdown and win. A 2-10 team, but I think they cover 7.5 points.
Yeah, last week, I'm not going to lie. Jesse, you had 49ers -3.5. I hit Seattle money line. I had to. My boys looked like they were doing good. I got them live, I think, halfway through the first quarter. I got them like +140. I was like, yeah, I have to fucking do this. Yeah, ended up hitting for me, so it was a good hit. But
good call on the live. You gotta watch, and play the game how it is.
I stare at FanDuel during the first quarter of every game just because if I like any of the live lines, I always like wait on a play and I'm like, because I know one of these, as soon as the game starts, the team that's not going to win is going to go down the field, kick a field goal, and the team that I'm going to take -6.5 is going to be down 3-0, and I'm going to be able to get them at 3.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? I mean, it's ballsy waiting, but sometimes works out for you, sometimes doesn't.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it doesn't, I just don't make a pick. It's that simple.
Can't complain there. Alrighty, and moving forward to our 4 o'clock games, we got the Detroit Lions at the Denver Broncos. We got the Broncos favored at -8, the money line at -375, and the over/under at 42. The total has gone under in 5 of Detroit's last 5 games on the road. Detroit is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6, and the total has gone under in 5 out of Denver's last 5 games. What do we think here?
Lions with the points, for sure. I don't like that over/under.
I like the under.
I love the Lions with the points.
I just can't believe after winning outright last week and being a 7-point underdog against the Vikings at home, They're 8 on the road at the Broncos. It's kind of like the same thing. I just feel like they should have been 8 or more against the Vikings, but I don't know. The Broncos are a lot worse of a team, so
It's just
I
going
don't
into
know.
the Mile High City, playing in that altitude. That does come into
Yeah,
play. But the Lions are
they're
playing really well right now. They've covered a ton of spreads in a row. They're playing good football. I think they definitely cover this spread as well.
I can see them losing this game by like 4, or I'm not even kidding. I could see them win this game.
Yeah, I can see this. I can see them winning this game too. I wouldn't. I wouldn't rule out sprinkling it. Sprinkling it.
Money line at
Yeah,
plus 300 for the Detroit Lions.
yeah. That's worth like a sprinkle. If you're up big fucking money, that's worth a sprinkle.
I agree on that. Alrighty, next we have the New York Giants at the Los Angeles Chargers. Got the Chargers favored at minus 10.5, the money line at minus 550, and the over/under at 44.5. The total has gone over in 5 out of the Giants' last 6 games against the Chargers, and the Chargers are 5-1 against the spread and straight up in their last 6 games against the Giants.
Is Daniel Jones still hurt?
Yeah, what do you like your G-men if the bald eagle Mike Glennon is starting a quarterback?
I definitely do not. I think they're awful with Mike Glennon. I think Mike Glennon's a terrible quarterback. Chargers definitely cover this game if Mike Glennon is playing. They
Yeah,
didn't.
I
They
agree.
didn't score a touchdown last game.
They're so bad. I had the fucking they played the Dolphins, right? Yeah, the Dolphins. You had the Dolphins. I
Yeah,
took that pick. I love that pick.
yeah, that was so easy. That was. I think with Daniel Jones, they still covered that game.
Yeah, I parlayed Dolphins with the points with the under. That was such a fucking easy hit. It was 0-0 in the first quarter. I think it was 3-0 at halftime. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Dude, Mike Glennon is questionable as well. Who's going to be the quarterback?
Me Chargers with the points.
Mike Glennon has a concussion. This team
Michael
will get
Mackey will be
rolled.
starting at quarterback for the New York Giants this Sunday.
Yeah, it's probably their best option.
Unless you're
Yeah,
starting
definitely.
at quarterback for the Giants, give me the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers with the points.
I don't love that over under either. I could see the Giants not scoring a point.
I mean, I have no idea who their
Chargers
quarterback would even be.
Chargers defense balled last week against Cincinnati.
Yeah, they did.
That was like my favorite pick of the day. I took Cincinnati money line with what was the spread I took that covered so easily? I can't even
Cincinnati
remember.
money line.
Yeah, I took Cincinnati money line parlayed with something else that hit really easily, and the Bengals
No,
just
Chargers
fucked me.
won.
No, I know. I'm saying it was a two-legger. The spread that I took hit. Bengals money line
Oh, okay,
didn't.
I got you.
I'm saying that if Bengals could have just won that game, I didn't even take the 3 points. They just look so bad. The Chargers defense looked legit. Herbert looked good. I've been saying
I
all
mean, they
year.
got.
I've been saying all year. I think the Bengals are frauds. I don't think they're as good as a team as everyone says they are. They're 2 years down the road from being a legit playoff team. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's just tough here. Chargers, like you said, they've been looking good. The situation with quarterback with the Giants right now. Give me the Chargers. I'll probably tease this game lower.
Alrighty, next we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Close one here with the Bengals favored at just -1. Money line at minus 112, 104 for the 49ers in the over-under at 48.5. San Francisco is 11-3 straight up in its last 14 games against Cincinnati. San Francisco is also 6-2 straight up in their last 8 games on the road against Cincinnati.
I don't know. I don't. What do you think I'm gonna say? Because I have no idea what I'm
I
gonna say.
I thought you were gonna say 49ers just because they have a
I
better
mean,
road record, and you just said the
the trends are pointing towards the 49ers here. I just think they didn't look good last week.
neither did the 49ers.
No, I mean, but I don't know. This is a tough game. This is another one. I probably won't be betting this, but I don't know.
I wouldn't.
For
I'm
the
not gonna
sake of the
touch this
division, I
either.
think the Bengals need to win this game.
I think the Bengals do win this game. I think they play better at home. I don't know. I think they can win this game.
I was gonna say they were home last week too, but
Were they?
yeah,
Were they home against Steelers?
yeah,
Okay, so that doesn't even really matter.
yeah. They crushed the Steelers at home, then they beat the Chargers or the loss to the Chargers at home, and now they got Niners at home.
Bengals -1.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Stay maybe closer to this week. I'll see if I like something on this game.
Good call there, Huff. Alrighty, next we have the Buffalo Bills at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers favored it at -3, the money line at -174, and the over-under at 52.5. Bills overs have hit in 6 straight when they're the underdog. Buffalo's 8-3 straight up in their last 11 games on the road, and Tampa is 5-0 straight up in its last 5 at home.
This Bills team just does not look good. They can't really. I mean, last week was a fluke, I guess you could say, but they can't really score the ball. They haven't been really playing their best football. The defense has looked off. I don't know. I don't think they can win.
If the Patriots had a legit running back, like a star running back, that game is 34-10.
Dude, they knew what they were gonna do every single time, and they couldn't stop the run. It was
That's
like
what I mean. If that's anyone other than Ramondre Stevenson in the second half, that game gets way out of hand.
fucking unreal. They couldn't figure it out.
They're running Bolden and Ramondre Stevenson after Damian Harris had a 60-yard run and limped off the field.
Yeah, I don't know what they're
Bills
doing.
had no answer for either of those guys.
They couldn't figure it out. They had so many chances to win that game.
Dude, every formation they lined up in, they had a fullback, 2 tight ends. I'm like, okay, there's not a wide receiver on the field. I wonder what's going to happen here. Boom, 8-yard run.
Every single time. Every single time.
I'm like, I had the Patriots, so I was like, fuck it. I don't care. Keep doing it. If it's going to work, keep doing it.
At least you were on the right side of it.
I really liked Patriots money line. I just was ballsy. Wasn't ballsy enough to take it. I took them with the points, but can't be mad about that.
Yeah. Well,
It was only
I think
120. There wasn't much value in it.
Bucks cover this game.
I think Bucks win this game too. I wanted you to start because I wanted you to say Bills for your divisional bet, but
Fuck my
you just
divisional
kinda-
bet. It's
are you giving
over.
up on that?
It's done with. Especially with this game coming up, there's no way. Who do the
Yeah.
Patriots even have this week?
I think they could be
Oh,
on
they
bye.
would buy. They would buy. This is huge. They have to win this week.
But also, Patriots can't lose this week. So they can't get a win, but they also can't get a loss. So if Patriots loses game or if Buffalo loses this game, they're down.
They're down 2 games with 4
to go.
games left.
Not
So they
looking
have
good.
to win this week. They have to
With
win this
one
week.
against the Patriots.
Yeah, that's the big thing is they still play each other.
So if they win this game and they're only down 1, they still have a game against them.
Well, this is their
That-
last hard game. They have Panthers, Patriots, and then obviously if they got to beat the Patriots, then they have
They got to go
Falcons, Jets.
they got to go to New England.
Yeah, well, no.
Could be another snowy game.
Patriots have Colts next week. They got to lose that game. And they got Bills, and they got Jaguars, Dolphins. So they're both going to win their last 2 games. So it comes down to these 2 weeks, these next 3 weeks.
I don't know. I could see the Patriots beating the Colts unless Jonathan Taylor has a huge day.
I don't see anybody beating the Patriots right now.
Yeah.
They're too good right now. Mac Jones is playing too well. He's fitting that system so well. It's honestly amazing.
He just stepped into a very well-built offensive line. Everything kind of went for him. It's like the dream rebuild scenario.
Yeah, but I think he's the perfect guy. He's a perfect guy for that scenario.
Oh yeah,
I think Justin Fields, Trey Lance, none of them would be able to do what he's doing with that team.
No. I agree. I don't think Trey Lance. 49ers fucked up big time getting him 5th overall.
They're not even playing him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What's the point of picking him?
Well, he's also injured right now, but
That's like a lot of Steeler fans. Like right now, they're all saying like, "Oh, they should cut Devin Bush. They should cut Devin Bush." You wasted the 10th overall pick on him. You might as well fucking keep him.
yeah, why would you cut him at this point?
That's how you make a pick a bust. You cut him. You know what I mean? Like if someone's
give him
just on the
time.
bench underperforming as a second stringer, okay, yeah, that's different than, oh yeah, the Steelers weren't patient enough, they cut him. fucking Baltimore picked him up and now he has 10 sacks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like some bullshit like that. That's what would happen. I'm like, dude, you can't cut this guy. No matter how bad he is, no matter whatever he's doing, he's been terrible all year. Past couple weeks, he's gotten a little better. He hasn't been good this year. Now, that's the Pittsburgh media is on his ass right now. His dad, to the point where his dad stepped in and was saying like, "Oh, you guys don't know football. You don't know what Tomlin and Colbert are telling him to do on the field." It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Your son's playing in the NFL. You shouldn't have to step in for him. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, he has his own voice, dude.
Yeah, like it's just like OBJ's dad stepping in. Like, dude, these guys are. You want to maybe if he's like in high school and like you're
He's
trying to get him in
27
college.
years
Like,
old.
yeah, these are grown men. They have kids, dude. Shut up. But I don't know. Like you said, Buccaneers with the points.
Alrighty, moving into our Sunday primetime game, the Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Packers favored it at minus 12.5, the money line at minus 700, and the over-under at 44. The Packers have won 10 straight Week 14 games, which I thought was very interesting. And the total's gone under in 4 out of Chicago's last 5 games on the road. And Green Bay is 5-0 against the spread and straight up in their last 5 games at home, playing excessively well there at home.
That was an interesting stat, Jesse.
Thanks, Mackie.
10-0 in their last week 14 games.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna keep going this week or this
I
year.
agree.
12.5 points is a big spread, though.
I think they cover it at this point with that Sunday night underdog trend. I think it's going the complete other way.
It is. It's completely turned around.
Favorites on Sunday night.
With you're gonna be in Green Bay Sunday night
Cold weather.
in December. It's gonna be negative degrees out.
Andy Dalton might not know what the fuck's going
That
on.
that is Aaron Rodgers where he needs to be. That is where he strives.
I love Packers with the points here. I really do. I think I'm gonna do a little more research on it, but first look, I like Packers right here with the points.
I just think the Bears are gonna have a really tough time putting points up on the board.
Especially in Lambeau Sunday Night Football. But Jesse, we were there. That's not an easy place to play.
Not
Place is
an
gonna
easy
be
place to
loud.
play. Great venue, but tough spot.
Tough spot for the road team, that's for sure. Those loyal Green Bay Packer fans, they know how to get that place going, especially in a primetime game, divisional matchup. Especially after Aaron Rodgers, the last time they played the Bears, I fucking own you guys. Come on, Packers with the points.
Yeah, they could win this game like 35-3.
I like those predictions, gentlemen. Let's move forward to our Monday primetime game, the Los Angeles Rams at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals coming in as our favorite at minus 2.5, the money line at minus 134, and the money over under at 51.5. The over is 9-2 in the Rams' last 11 games as the underdog. Arizona 10-2 straight up in their last 12, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10. That's all I got.
I think this is where the Cardinals make their mark in the NFC and prove that they're the best team in the NFC. I think they definitely win this game, run away with that division, and just prove that they're the best team in this league right now. Rams coming off a good week against obviously a bad Jacksonville team, but they still won by 30. I think they're a little overrated still, so not really going to put up much of a fight going into Arizona. I think Rams cover the spread, win by 10 to 15 points.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really good game. I'm actually really looking forward to this game. Two, like you said, two good teams, two tough teams to play against. NFC West, tough division, sometimes known as one of the tougher divisions in football. So, with that being said, early on in the year, Cardinals beat the Rams outright as an underdog, 37-20 in LA. I think I can see the same thing happen here, but the other way around. I like the Rams to win this thing outright as an underdog.
All good stuff here. I'm excited to see all these games this week. Anything else to say?
Stay tuned. Definitely for the card and go to the social media stuff as we get closer to the weekend. As we said, I might not be locking in as many picks early on in the week this week. I had a tough weekend last weekend, so I'm gonna see what I like here, see what I can do, but definitely stay tuned later on in the week to the Instagram, see what ends up on the team card and the individuals.
Alrighty, and now it's time for the part of the podcast that everyone comes for, the team card, or excuse me, the individual cards. Huff, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'm going with Bucks -3 against Bills and Packers -12.5 against the Bears.
Alrighty, and for myself, I'm going to go with Steelers +3, Titans -8.5, Dallas -4, and under 42 in Lions and Broncos.
I'm gonna go with the Browns -2.5 for a 2-unit play, and then I got the Bucks -3, the Lions +8, and the Chiefs -9.
Liking all the picks this week, boys. Anything else that you got going on?
Nothing much. Stay tuned to the Instagram, see what actually ends up on my team card as these lines shift and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be locked in on these, but as we see, we'll get later on in the week. We'll see what happens.
Already looking for a strong week this week. I'm really excited. Week 14 here. That's all I got for us.
I'm killing NHL and NBA. I don't know what the fuck's going on with NFL lately. I was up all fucking year until week 10. Now it's fucking going the other way. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, Vegas is figuring out the lines. That's why you just gotta start. You just bet the beginning of every season and then just stop betting it. Just move on to the next beginning of whatever season is starting because Vegas always picks up in the line like right after
Yeah,
halfway through the
Mackie, you
season.
remember me and you on opening day? We each won like a shit ton of money, except for I had Yankees. They got fucking blown out. But remember,
Yeah,
we
for
were winning so
baseball.
much money on baseball the first week, and then we were like, all right, when are we stopping? Because this isn't going to last forever.
Yeah, and if you try betting on baseball towards the end of the season, I bet you got killed.
Oh, dude, you could take the Pirates as a +130 underdog, and they'd get killed, or you take them. You know what I mean? Like even bad teams are like +130.
Yeah,
It's
you couldn't take
ridiculous.
anything. It was ridiculous.
And run line in baseball is the stupidest thing in the world. If they win by 1, they win by fucking 10 most of the time.
Yeah,
Baseball's tough, but we're
it
talking
is tough.
football.
It seems easy. Seems easy, but it's tough.
Yeah, it really is.
Can't agree more.
That's why it's called gambling.
See you next week for week 15 of the NFL season.
Let's get at it this weekend, see what we can do here. Got a couple picks we like. Stay tuned to the card, as I said. Getting closer to this weekend. Definitely stay tuned tomorrow night. I'm probably gonna be getting a play in on this Steeler Vikings game. So be sure you're following Hit the Books Pod on Instagram and Twitter, all that good stuff. See you next week. Let's make some money. Hopefully, get back on the good side.
And that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Hit the Books Podcast. Be sure to check us out on our various social media platforms. Instagram at hitthebooks.pod, Twitter at hitthebooks_pod, website at hitthebookspod.com for all the latest on Hit the Books. And be sure to always study hard.
Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.